What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to another episode of The Drop. And this week is another big week for fall video game releases because we are seeing the release of Star Wars Battlefront II, a game that is getting a bit of controversy on top of LA Noire coming to new generation consoles, including the Switch. A ton of exciting news this week, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So kicking things off this week, we have Star Wars Battlefront II coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Embark on an endless Star Wars action experience from the best-selling Star Wars HD video game franchise of all time. Rush through waves of enemies on Starkiller Base with the power of your lightsaber in your hand. Storm through the jungle canopy of a hidden rebel base on Yavin 4 with your fellow troopers, dispensing firepower from ATSTs. Line up your X-Wing squadron for an attack on a mammoth First Order Star Destroyer in space, or rise as a new Star Wars hero and discover an emotional and gripping single-player story spanning 30 years. On top of that, there is also a multiplayer offering, which allows you to experience rich and living Star Wars multiplayer battlegrounds across 3 eras: prequel, classic, and the new trilogy. Combine and upgrade your heroes, starfighters, or troopers, each with unique abilities to exploit in battle. Ride tauntauns or take control of tanks and speeders, down Star Destroyers the size of cities, use the Force to prove your worth against iconic characters such as Kylo Ren, Darth Maul, or Han Solo as you play a part in a gaming experience inspired by 40 years of timeless Star Wars films. So ultimately, all of that is to say that there is a brand new unique campaign included with Star Wars Battlefront II, something that was notably absent from the original Battlefront that came out back in 2015, and on top of that, the multiplayer offering is a bit more fleshed out and developed a bit more. However, this release is a little bit tricky because of the controversy surrounding the game as it is being released. If you haven't heard about what is going on with Battlefront 2, pretty much loot boxes are running rampant within the game. In fact, I saw somebody on Reddit that paid $80 just to play as Darth Vader, a staple character of the Star Wars universe. And so when you have that kind of stigma going into your release, you begin to get the same kind of effect that we saw impact Shadow of War whenever it came out a couple of weeks back, where there's just this bad taste in people's mouths about the game overall, not necessarily reflecting the quality of the final product. Now, I personally have faith that the developers will go back and kind of refinagle and rework how the microtransactions are handled within Star Wars Battlefront 2, but overwhelmingly, I just can't help but feel this release is going to be a bit held back by that. And on top of that, whenever I was spending some time in the beta a couple of weeks ago on the PlayStation 4 as well as the PC, there was just something about the game that didn't quite click with me. I don't know if it was the way the guns were balanced, I don't know if it was the map design, I don't know if something was just off. Don't get me wrong, the game is gorgeous, but just the way it plays didn't quite click with me. Needless to say, I'm not as pumped about Star Wars Battlefront 2 as I thought that I would be. However, if you are interested in a brand new Star Wars campaign taking place across decades, and on top of that, a pretty good fleshed out multiplayer experience that is riddled with microtransactions, then you might want to check out Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is coming out on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Though I'd watch some gameplay and maybe see how it shakes out. Next up, we have LA Noire coming to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and the PC. A dark and violent crime thriller set against the backdrop of 1940s Los Angeles. Amid the post-war boom of Hollywood's golden age, Cole Phelps, an LAPD detective, is thrown headfirst into a city drowning in its own success. Corruption is rampant, the drug trade is exploding, and murder rates are at an all-time high. In his fight to climb the ranks and do what's right, Phelps must unravel the truth behind a string of arson attacks, racketeering conspiracies, and brutal murders, battling the LA underworld and even members of his own department to uncover a secret that could shake the city to its rotten core. Utilizing revolutionary facial animation technology that captures every nuance of an actor's facial performance in astonishing detail, LA Noire blends the breathtaking action of chases and shootouts with true detective work for an unprecedented interactive experience. Solve brutal crimes, plots, and conspiracies inspired by real crimes from 1947 Los Angeles, one of the most corrupt and violent times in LA history. Search for clues, chase down suspects, and interrogate witnesses as you struggle to find the truth in a city where everyone has something to hide. Now you may be asking, Sam, why should I pick up this new version of LA Noire whenever I played the original back on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, or PC? And boy, do I have some bullet points for you. This new version is showcased in 1080p for the PlayStation 4 and stunning 4K for the PlayStation 4 Pro. It includes the original game and all additional downloadable content, plus new collectibles and detective suits to unlock, each with unique special abilities, and this one features an array of technical and graphical enhancements for a more realistic Los Angeles. Angeles. On top of that, there are some new bells and whistles for Nintendo Switch gamers, which include an array of new enhancements specifically for the Switch, including a Joy-Con mode with gyroscopic gesture-based controls, HD rumble, and a new wide over-the-shoulder camera angle, plus contextual touchscreen controls for portable detective work. As for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One version of the game, I can't help but feel like this is a remaster that is long overdue, because the original game could go for a good touch-up, so to speak. The facial animations were good back in the day, but they were always a bit lacking. They could have a lot of enhancements done to them, and so with the additional power of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, I feel like those are finally possible. The Nintendo Switch version of the game, however, is Rockstar kind of testing the water to see if they should continue researching the Nintendo Switch and developing for the platform, because if LA Noire doesn't do well, then there isn't really any reason for them to go back and bring Bully up to the system. There is no reason to try and make some kind of port of Red Dead 2. Of course, let's talk about a PC version before any of that even takes place. However, what I'm saying here is this is their first real venture out onto Nintendo's handheld, and so this is going to be the proving ground of what is to come from Rockstar for the Nintendo Switch. Regardless, it's great to see LA Noire coming back finally, and so if you are a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch gamer, you can finally pick up LA Noire, which is coming out this week. Next up, we have LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2 coming to the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. You'll see why I'm talking about this in a moment. It's about time! Literally, that's what the game is about. Join your favorite superheroes and supervillains from different eras and realities as they go head-to-head with time-traveling Kang the Conqueror in an all-new original adventure, LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. Play as the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Green Goblin, and dozens of other Marvel superheroes and villains in this cosmic battle across the time-tossed city of Chronopolis. Travel across lands from ancient Egypt to the Old West, from New York City in 2099 to Sakaar, and transport objects or characters throughout the centuries. And with new battle modes, friends and family can play against each other in a series of themed challenges and battle arenas. If you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know that I'm not really a fan of the LEGO games. I don't play every one that comes out. In fact, I really haven't been into them since the original Star Wars games came out way back a long time ago. However, with this release this week, I can't help but be excited about it because you do have the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Thor, Hulk, Black Panther, all of these big Marvel names coming together, and I love it whenever I see collaborations between these sub-franchises that all coexist within the Marvel universe but are rarely seen together. I just love the fact that LEGO brings that together, and it just warms my heart. For younger kids who are fans of superheroes, this is perfect. For families that want to try and get in on some family game time, this is also a perfect option. There are a lot of people out there that could really enjoy this game, and so I thought that I would mention LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2, which is coming to the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and PC this week. To wrap it all up, some honorable mentions. First off, Rime is coming to the Nintendo Switch, a really simplistic little indie game. It's got a minimalist design, and I think it's going to be perfect on the Nintendo Switch. And on top of that, Rocket League is also coming to Nintendo's newest handheld/console hybrid. The Sims 4 is coming out on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One alongside the release of its Cats and Dogs or Pets DLC, something along those lines. And then to wrap it all up, the cherry on top, Bioshock is getting a 10th anniversary edition that comes with all 3 games and all the DLC, but on top of that, a giant Big Daddy statue with lights, audio, and a battery-powered drill. I mean, anybody that's looking to get me something for Christmas, I'm down for that. So there you guys have it. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of The Drop. If you did, drop me a like down below, and in the comment section, let me know what caught your eye this week, if anything. Do you want that giant Big Daddy statue in the 10th anniversary of Bioshock? Are you looking forward to any of the Switch honorable mentions, or perhaps you are a big fan of LEGO? Let me know in the comment section down below, and if you happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, so there's always something new right here when you do stop by to watch some videos. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.